I am still very bullish on Theta, and $50, that's still my price target for this bull run. Even though nothing I say is financial advice, the way to take a look at it is that even despite the price pullback, I still think that, hey, there's better days ahead when it comes to Theta, because even historically speaking, we do know that usually altcoins, as a worst case scenario, they typically peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. And the last Bitcoin halving event happened back in April, so 18 months from then is around October this year. It's not a surefire date, but then give or take, I'm going to pay attention near the end of 2025. And I think that if anything indicates that historically, as a worst case, we could very well haven't really seen anywhere close to the peak of the bull run yet, but maybe only time will tell. But I'm still very bullish on Theta because keep in mind, Theta is a very fundamentally sound project in my opinion. It's even been stated that Theta, again, the Theta Network, is a blockchain-powered decentralized cloud for AI, media, and entertainment, which I think is very awesome because, of course, even though some of these markets have had somewhat of a dip, I think better days are ahead. But even besides that, when it comes to Theta, it could be viewed as like a dual network design, so to speak. And the reason being is because when you take a look at it, it is made up of the Theta Edge network and as well as the Theta blockchain. Now let's break this down because we have to take a look at what has been stated of both the Theta Edge network and the Theta blockchain. First of all, we take a look at the Theta Edge network, right? It provides GPU compute power. Now, GPU stands for graphic processing unit, but even besides that, it does provide, again, GPU compute power for AI, video, and as well as rendering. So that's pretty cool. Not to mention, we take a look at the Theta blockchain. It's an EVM, which stands for Ethereum Virtual Machine, compatible multi-blockchain network that supports Turing complete smart contracts. Sounds kind of complicated, but you know what? It is what it is. It's cool, I guess. But even besides that, we take a look at Theta. It's also focused on decentralized video on demand, and it allows, allegedly, users to add decentralized video to any website or application, which I think is very fantastic. Again, it's a very streamlined process. Theta is fundamentally sound, fundamentally amazing. It's beginning to really, I think at this point, kind of showcase, hey, why is Theta so special? I'm not telling anyone to buy Theta, but then the way I take a look at it is that it's a no-brainer for me because when something is this amazing, why not? Now, there's more though. We take a look at, for instance, we'll see that the Theta network is allegedly not like a decentralized YouTube or like a Twitch. That's actually not the case. Instead, it's more so like providing a platform. It's not like, again, something like that. Some people think it is, but it's actually not. But yeah, the way to take a look at it is that something like, Theta, some people like to say that, oh yeah, it's tacky, it's not a cool project or anything like that. Well, the way you take a look at it is not the most interesting, but then I think it's focused on the right markets. Let me explain why. Because when you take a look at Theta, right, we take a look at one of its main focuses is, of course, AI, right? You take a look at AI. The AI market is predicted to be worth nearly $2 trillion by 2030, according to Grandview Research. So even though some of the hype did kind of simmer down, I think better days are ahead. Not to mention, we take a look at, they're also focused on NFTs in a sense. The NFT market predicted to be worth over $200 billion by 2030, yet again, according to Grandview Research. So this is really cool. Not to mention, the media and entertainment market size, according to Mordor Intelligence, is expected to reach over $40 billion by 2029. So when you take a look at Theta, really, it's focused on the right markets. And when it comes to Theta, it's having a pullback. But really, what isn't having a pullback as of right now? I get it, some projects have the exception to that rule. But generally speaking, these big projects, Bitcoin, they're having a pullback. So the way you take a look at it is that when it comes to Theta, it's not going to be the exception to that rule, at least when it comes to these big projects. Now, keep in mind, right? We'll see that when it comes to Theta, it kind of has like a dual token design, I would say, because of course there's the Theta token, which is the governance token of the Theta protocol. And the second being something called T-Fuel, which stands for, Theta Fuel, right? Now, when you take a look at T-Fuel, it is the operational token of the Theta protocol. And in a sense, it's viewed as like the gas token, so to speak. And T-Fuel can be earned, for instance, through staking and also by contributing resources like storage and bandwidth. But really, come on, the real McCoy here, or should I say the Batman, is Theta. T-Fuel does play a very vital role, but you know what? It's like Robin. Nothing wrong with that. Robin is still in some of the Batman movies, I believe. I'm just assuming. But even besides that, again, there's a place there when it comes to T-Fuel. But I think Theta is the main McCoy for me, or the real McCoy, I should say. Now, keep in mind, right? Theta, the supply is 1 billion. The crazy thing about that is that the tokenomics are actually very simple and easy to understand, like just a billion. If Theta were to go to the price of $50, considering current circulating supply, at that point, market cap would literally be exactly $50 billion. I mean, wow, that's amazing, really. It's very cool seeing that actually. And when you take a look at it, when there's over 600 million crypto owners as of right now, according to Crypto.com research, which there is, when you take a look at the number of institutional investors, the amount of enterprise adoption, I really do believe that the sky's the limit when it comes to this boron. Theta also has very good exchange listings. And the amazing thing about it as well is the fact that its community is very rock solid. It kind of reminds me of like a meme coin type of community. Usually these meme coins, they have a very passionate following. People are very dedicated. They really like the project. When it comes to Theta, it kind of reminds me of that in terms of the community, which isn't a bad thing because, of course, that's very good. But then at the same time, it's not a meme coin, of course. So really, this is a kind of like a best of both worlds type of scenario. I do believe that when it comes to something like this, it's a no-brainer for me, and it's such a bad idea for me to give up on it as of right now, because as of right now, it's just a waiting game, and I'm willing to stay patient. I'm going to continue to dollar cost average and see what happens near the end of 2025. I still believe in Theta and $50 during this run. That wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's Willie the Captain. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm a peace. Bye.